This video is about a visit to William Haggas's yard, Somerville Lodge in Newmarket, the home of horse racing, principally to see Wild Dahlia, a 2-year-old which I have a share in. The visit was organised by Race Share, who will run horse racing syndicates. I think there may be a few shares available in Wild Dahlia as I write this.
Good morning, newcomers. Have we got any newcomers? Looking very smart.
Most.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. All we wanted to do was really. That's the governor. I watch you on telly. That's the governor, aren't we? I get all the glory. She does all the work. The right way round. Have we got a few newcomers?
Yeah.
Great. Welcome. Well, I have to go through all the same old thing that I do for the old comers. So we bought this in 1987. Quite a long time ago. Most people aren't born by 1987. And we've steadily expanded it. This was the front yard. Obviously there was a stable here which we knocked out, and we built on there. There were 6 stables in the back, and we built another 20 odd. And basically it's just grown and grown and grown. Really, don't know how it's happened, really, but as all these things, you know, we keep buying stuff and keep getting bigger, and not sure better, but we figure that if you got 100 horses and 8% are good, or stakes class, that's 8. If you've got 200, that's 16. So the way it is at the moment, you can't compete if you train a 60 horse yard like Jeremy Tree used to in the old days. Of you who might remember him. So it basically get as many as you can, but try and get as many nice ones as you can. So we've sort of modernised as we've got, or tried to modernise. I'm a bit old-fashioned. WhatsApp is about as modern as I get, but we're slowly getting so that in the old days I used to stand and do the list for the horses in the morning, putting the horses next to the riders, and now it's all done from the office, and it sort of goes up there and comes down here. So it's really straightforward, and I don't have to stand in the rain and the cold doing it, which is a big help. Lots of little things like that have helped us, and the days of the camera like that. Every young trainer now who trains like this, yes. Every morning is always filming to send to the owners. I'm a bit past that, I'm afraid. I usually have it the wrong way round, or don't have the sound on, or something like that, so I don't bother doing it. But other people do, and that's really good. So in here are colts and geldings. The first 2 boxes are recent geldings, when they re-geld about 3 a month at the moment. Horses that haven't really come up to scratch, that we still want to keep for next year. So in that box there is Opportunity, who I thought was a good horse, and then he blotted his copybook badly at Royal Ascot. It was too free and too silly, and he's clearly not going to be a stallion, although he's bred to be. So he's
It's a green one.
He'll be a fun and so you'll see outside the boxes where we had a Group 1 winner. There was a lady.
Rider's name, lot first, second, third or fourth, what goes on the treadmill, what has gone into the vets, what's on the horse walker, what went racing, this was yesterday, what was let out, what's in the box, what's going in, what's going out, and the staff come in, see their name, Kieran, that's Fallon, riding Art Lover. So he then, I can't talk now, love, I'll give you a call later. Yep, okay, bye-bye. You know, this is how it works, and obviously the gaps are people on holiday or gone racing or whatever. So it's a continuous thing, and this is operated in the office, and we have a 2-year-old yard about 200 yards away, and this will tell you that the blues are here, the greens are here, the oranges are in the 2-year-old yard, and the reds have got a skin disease, ringworm. but there are no reds, I think, at the moment. There is one, actually. There it is. Yeah, that's bad news. Okay, so they can go up to 40 kilometres an hour. Yeah. And you can get a set of Jockeys for this. You just can get up.
Just a couple.
These are particularly good for horses that don't want to go on the heath. I've got a sore back, sore mouth, sore wither, anything like that, and you can speed them up a bit. That head wasn't there, it was a fence, and we had a trotting ring round here, you can't see it now, and we had a little paddock in the middle, and that was our property. And it's sort of grown. We bought this in 1997 off a trainer called Harry Thompson-Jones, who was a wonderful old man, and we bought that, and then we bought another property in 2020 just because we thought it needed a bit more. So, if you want to go in, and this is very, we think, very good for circulating. He had a fracture in the spring, and poor old Economics, who also had an injury. So he's probably our best horse at the moment, but he's battling with that. We don't have our own. I did once, but it didn't work out for us. But we have a group of, so there used to be two practices in Newmarket, Rossdale's and Greenwood Ellis. Greenwood Ellis sold out to NEH, which is Newmarket Equine Hospital. And then in 2001, I had a really good horse who'd won the Italian and German 2000 guineas. And as a 4-year-old, I couldn't get him right. And we x-rayed him and scanned him, and none of us could just get him the way I wanted him. So the owner, who's a South African, said, could I bring he was a banker, knew nothing about horses. He said, could I get a second opinion? I said, yeah, sure, no problem. And he said, I'll send my vet over. Well, it wasn't his vet. Anyway, this fella came, and I've got to be careful what I say here. This fella came in, hair all over the place and a beard, and I took one look at him and thought, you're not for me. And he was Scottish as well, so he came from Durban in South Africa, Scotsman, hair all over the place, and he looked at the horse, and he was like one of those moments you have in your life. You go, aye, this fellow knows what he's doing. So he came, and he said to my owner, he said, I'll have to come back in a month and see this horse. And so when he came back the second time, I rang him up and said, well, just come a day earlier. I said, I might have a few more for you. Anyway, that developed in 2005. He started practice in Newmarket, and he's now got 27 vets. And he's got practices here, Lambourne, Malden. Hello, somebody wants you. So, basically, this is a scope. Careful, I don't. That goes into a machine, and this bit goes down there. Lungs. That bit goes into down through the nose, and you'll see here little holes. So in there goes a bit of tubing. Which I can't find, of course, typically. Every other bloody thing that a bit of tubing. Here it is. One of these, if you can see it. So that goes down through there and comes out at the bottom. And they pour some sterilised water in there, squirt it down there, comes out the bottom end of the scope, and this is in the lungs. So they then draw it straight back up, and it comes up through the tube, and then that will tell what's going on in the lungs. So it gets the water to sort of mix it all up again, then they pull it out. And that is called a tracheal wash, a wash of the trachea, and we'll leave that there.
Do you enjoy Goodwood? Hard luck story.
Not really.
Like that. Yeah.
But Tom likes riding there. I don't enjoy it because it's a pain in the neck to get to from here.
How about the results?
Well, we've been lucky with it. It's like Shindy. We're standing up here, lad. Face that way. No, here. Face that way. Yeah. You're not going to turn him that way, are you? Right. So that is treasure time.
Oh, it's fresh.
Yeah. Hang on, Mahesh.
Yeah.
Just come this way a bit. You go over there, and then we got the sun behind us, and then we can see. So this is the filly. Who's pretty nice, I think. And she's
ready to race.
She's well, no, to the breeze up there, much more efficient in their work than we are, than ones we've had for ages. Be careful. Go front end first, please.
No, don't go near the back, especially filly. A lovely horse, Dave.
Come.
Sure, horse filly.
In both places you can saddle in the racecourse stables, so they have really no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
They go into the stables, they might think they're in other horses there. Then you put the saddle on in the stables, very short walk at Yarmouth that's tiny, about this far, into the paddock, and then a very short walk out. So Haydock's the same, you come a bit longer into the paddock, but very short thing on the track. So it's quite a normal experience for them. When you go to Goodwood, the racecourse stables are half a mile down the road. So you have to get them in a horse box, bring them up to the track, and then it's a tiny little pre-paddock, big paddock, but a tiny pre-paddock on a slope, and then they've got a long walk out to the track. So if the horse's mind is fried, between a top jockey and a mediocre jockey, a medium top jockey. So a 50 winner a year to 150. There is a bit, quite a bit, but the top jockeys don't make less mistakes. And of course they ride the best horses. And you know, in all sport, confidence is huge. I remember Andy Cole got transferred from Newcastle, where he could score every time he touched the ball, to Man United, where he could hit it over the bar from 3 yards. He could not score a goal. And that's all in the brain. And with trainers and with jockeys, you know, I use it when a jockey's snatching, when they're trying too hard to win, and it happens a lot, you can see it a lot, or I do. You know, they're trying to force the issue. And I always use the cricket analogy. Let the ball hit the bat. Not the other way.
Tell them to be a great jockey.
Yeah, well no, but he's got time. He lets the ball hit the bat, not let the bat hit the ball. So, and there's a difference. And with a jockey, it just let it happen. And you know, if you try and force a gap, it's not going to come. And if you just wait, you usually, if you're
So why did they do it? I'm just trying. Why?
why does anyone do it? You know, why does anyone do it? Bicycles everywhere. If he has a day off, he goes on a bike ride for 50 miles or you know, he's fit and as he should be, and that's what you want. I don't want a fella to drink with and smoke with. I want someone who's fit and ready to do the job. And Kieran Fallon is probably the most improved rider this year, but he doesn't think. He's natural. You know, some jockeys, it's just like the schoolboy analogy. Some school children are natural. Just show them it, they do it. Others try really hard, they're not quite as good. Kieran is just really natural, and he walks out to get on the horse, and he thinks about it after he's made the mistake. You know, he had one last night that I liked, and he knows he has to wait and get the first half of the race right, because if he goes too free, he goes too free and then falls in the heat, which is what happened. But he thought about that after. But he's ridden lots and lots of winners, and he's very, very natural talent, and young and fit.
How often are the two of them in the morning?
Kieran's in every morning, nearly. It doesn't come in on Monday. And Tom comes in if he's at Yarmouth, or if he's at... Very often our main work mornings are Thursday, so he would come in. If he's at sort of Kempton Wednesday evening, he comes up. But if he's at Bath and... You just go. And I run into the same trainers every morning. James Fanshawe, David Simcoff. I rarely see John Gosden. May see Mark Prescott a bit, but some I never see.